Well, Step Up and Stand Out is really about how we can become respected within our industry and provide the best service possible. And the class I had broken up into two different categories or two different sections. It's internal customer service and external customer service. And internal customer service is really about how we treat our own employees, how, our stakeholders, people that are directly connected to our company. Because if we could treat them properly and show them the respect they deserve, give them the tools and the training and the time to do the things we want them to do, give them the right guidance, then we set them up so they can provide the best service possible for our external customers, which are the people that we're there to protect and serve when we answer the call. And the goal is to provide the best service possible. We just don't want to show up and just do the job. We want to show up and exceed expectations. But how can we do that without providing tools for our people? And it's interesting in the fire service where we're real good at training people how to put the fire out, how to vent the holes in a roof, or how to provide extrication at a vehicle, entrapment. We can do all that stuff. We've been training for that. We're very good at what we do. But yet we have not spent nearly enough time talking to our firefighters and our officers about how to deal with people. And this is what we do day in and day out, in a soft environment inside the firehouse, and in a hard environment or on the fire ground. So what Step Up and Stand Out is about is how we can provide the best service possible to the people in the communities we serve and take care of our own in the process. So now what we're going to talk about is Step Up and Stand Out. And what we had just previously talked about was Chapter 2 of Step Up and Lead, Leadership Traits. We're going to move a little bit more into Chapter 3 as well as some other things. But I have to tell you, because I didn't really give you this story this morning about how I even started writing books. Because I had became a firefighter, gosh, it seems like forever ago, but I was 21 years old. And I was in the service for a while, and 9/11 happened. I told you a little bit about my background. I'm that kind of guy that I did whatever anybody told me to do. But I wasn't that type of person that always did more than what was expected. And it's not because I was a lazy person by any stretch of the imagination. It's just I didn't really fully understand that what can happen with that type of a work ethic, like my son has displayed at an early age. But what happened was, post 9/11, I was sitting down having lunch with a friend, and I said, just out of the blue, it was on my mind, but it literally came into my mind that day. I said, I'm going to write a book. And he looked at me and he says, about what? I said, I'm going to write a book about New Jersey firefighters. And I said, think about all the stories that have happened in New Jersey that no one will ever tell, unless, of course, somebody just sits down and writes them. I said, everybody's always going to think about New York and 9/11 when they think about what a firefighter does. Rightfully so, because of what happened on that day. But what about all the stories that will never be told? I said, I'm going to write a book and I'm going to tell these stories. Now, if you understood how odd it was for these words to come out of my mouth, then you would have a better understanding of this scenario. Because I'm a guy that didn't even read books. I'm a guy that certainly didn't know how to write books. At the time, I don't even know for sure if I knew the difference between an adjective and an adverb. Let's put it this way. I graduated in high school in a half of the class that made the top half possible. Okay? That sums up my high school career in a nutshell. So when I said this, it was a very odd thing. However, I did one thing that was pretty important, and this is where I started to learn more about myself. I made myself accountable. Because I told somebody I'm going to do something.